Welcome back, ladies and gents. Lyons Den, episode 14 for those at home. It's been a while. A lot of big life events for yours truly recently. You had the college grad, no longer a young delinquent anymore. Gotta saddle up, and ride this pony called the 9 to 5. Huh? That should be fun, right? It's kind of depressing a little bit. But we're getting through it. We're excited. At least got a job. So, at home now, back at home. Being at home it's an interesting place. Like once you're graduated and in college, but especially out of college, you feel like a guy, like you're trying on your little league costume, little league uniform, but you're a grown adult. Everything around you is like kid. Like I still look at the background. I got trophies from like swim team in 2007. I got all these like middle school accomplishments because I have plenty of them. But yeah, it's like you're surrounded by this child world, but you're grown up, You got a little bit of a beer belly, some armpit hair, starting a job soon, You feel like a fish out of water a little bit. But it's always good to see the rents, talk. It's interesting now, like with parents, you used to, when you were a kid, you kind of thought all adults, but especially your parents, you thought that they were just superheroes. And they're not superheroes. But you kind of realize that they're just adults, just like you, just like me. Still figuring things out, have anxieties, stresses, worries, vices. It was kind of when you were a kid, like their word goes. And then now you're thinking, if you were talking, I'm obviously not the same age that my parents were when they had me, but if I was talking to like a 5-year-old, trying to teach him about life, I think everything I would say would be half true because I wouldn't know what's real. I don't know. At the end of the day, no one knows. No one knows what they're doing. But did the classic post-grad Europe trip to find myself, man. I just really needed to align my chakras, find my chi, and just find myself in hostels in Europe. It was an unbelievable time, though. Life-changing experience, as cliche as it sounds. Great to, see other cultures, meet other kinds of people, go into an area where your language is not spoken. Well, it is kind of spoken. We're just Americans and we only know English, which is kind of stupid, but every other country, they're basically bilingual. Most people in other countries, which is extremely impressive in and of itself. It's like even the homeless guy on the side of the street knows 2 languages. 2. It's one more than I know. I barely know English, brother. And the people, Europeans, I don't know, maybe it's because they're not in this capitalist rat race where everyone's like, go, 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 competitive. They're just friendlier people. Their way of life is a little more relaxed, a little more go with the flow, a little more, everything's going to be okay. Take a deep breath, which I admire and I appreciate. So that was nice. Hostels were interesting though, because sometimes, I went with 3 of my friends, and sometimes you get a 4-person hostel, which is nice. You had your own room to yourself. It was bunk beds, but it was your own room. And then sometimes you'd be in a 10-person room, 6 strangers. of all varying, genders, age, race, nationality. It's quite literally a melting pot, if you will. Um, it's a little strange though to be sleep in the same room as like a 40-year-old woman in a hostel who snores like a lawnmower. Because it's not like it's not like when you go on vacation with your dad and he's sleeping in the other bed and he's snoring like a cow. You can just like throw a pillow at him to wake him up. You can't really do that with like a stranger. You kind of just have to put the old pillow around the ears and hope you can fall asleep. But it was a great time. Visited a lot of cool cities. Unbelievable experience. Life-changing. So that brings us to the not so seamless transition to the why you like that. So I was in Spain. This is the last leg of our trip. We were in Barcelona. And we're walking on the street. Barcelona, it's like a big city. It's weird. It's like New Orleans mixed with Miami, mixed with New York. It's like there's palm trees, but there's also like a gothic section, very city-like. There's a beach. It's a very cool place. Great food, paella, delicious. Me and my buddies were walking, right? And we see like a woman kind of like going like that, like spreading herself out. Like, what could she possibly be doing? And we look around, and it's her daughter just squatting in the middle of the sidewalk, taking a poop, taking a dump in the middle of the sidewalk. Probably 6 years old. There's hundreds. We're in a crowded city. There's hundreds of public restrooms all over the city. Easily could walk into it. Yet she's dropping a turd as like a businessman is walking by to his meeting. Just a little fucking 6-year-old turd. It was disgusting. Like what is this mom teaching her? That hey, you can poop anywhere, I know there's a McDonald's right there where there's an easily accessible public bathroom, but it's okay, honey. If you really have to go now, just take a poop on the concrete where everyone's walking. Hey, are you a dog? I mean, I thought about it for like the rest of the day. I mean, this girl's gonna grow up. She seemed like it was like a normal family. Like, I understand if there were other circumstances and they had to, defecate on the road. I get that. Seemed like a normal family, well-to-do. This girl now thinks it's okay to take a poop in the public area. She's gonna live her life completely normal. Grow up, maybe go to college, join a sorority, right? Make some great friends, live the classic life of a late teens, early 20s girl. Then she's going to be walking home from the bar with her friends one night. And she's going to be like, hey, sorry, girls. Do you guys mind? I'm just going to go to the bathroom real quick. Tina, right here on the street? Yeah, no, it's okay. Tina, there's a bathroom like right there. There's actually 5 bathrooms. Just go in the bathroom. Nope. And oh, yeah, and yep. And Tina's taking a shit on the road. These lessons, man. And I don't want to sound like one of those dads. It's like, because we get participation trophies for the rest of their lives, they're going to think that the world hands them things. That's not what I think, because, I got participation trophies, but you know what? I don't know if I did because I don't remember because I was 5 years old. Is it that impactful on your life? You just remember playing soccer. No one remembers what kind of trophy they got if they won. That's a whole different thing. But, yeah. Change your parenting. And now, moving on to our deep question, or in this case, deep thought of the day. we were walking around. Something I also noticed, like walking around Europe, is there's different dogs that are popular. Like you rarely see a golden retriever there. There's like some ugly dogs in Europe. Like I'm talking hounds, and like they've got hair like on their face, and then nothing on their body, and then like hair on their tail. And then there's some dogs that are like the size of an elephant. It was strange. It looked like a collection of the dogs that like cavemen used to have. And it got me thinking, I was walking by this huge dog, like almost the size of a horse, just like snarled teeth, just on a leash with like some grandma walking him. And it's crazy to think that guy, he's all tame now, just walking along. 600 years ago, that guy was probably a killing machine, just ravaging. Could easily kill any human it wanted to. But now it's just forced to, be grandma's little puppy just on a leash. You think like, I'm just thinking like in its head, is it just like, fuck, like I just want to bite this guy's face off that we're about to walk by. Oh, turkey bone, but it's someone's calf. It's like, it's crazy how much dogs have been domesticated. I mean, some of these dogs are just frightening. It's crazy. So I just, it's funny. It's like they're still animals. They're trained, but they're still animals. This genetic dependence, I guess, on humans. But you see some of these like greyhounds, like those fuckers could easily murder like half a village if they wanted to. They're fast. Like, who's gonna stop them? If you had like a spear, you're not gonna hit that thing. It's like watching like Mike Tyson on these podcasts now. This guy's like a trained killer, right? Iron Mike Tyson has one of the best right hooks in all boxing. People used to fear him going into the ring. Some of the best boxers in the world feared him. And then you see him go on this podcast and he tells a story about like how he was drinking and he was like so depressed, and he was doing stand up at like a 6-year-old's party and everyone started booing him. And it's like kind of pathetic. But you're just wondering, like, in this guy's head, is he just like, I could KO every single person at this party right now if I wanted to. I know this little 6-year-old's booing me, but I could punt this kid. I don't know. But that's the deep thought of the day. Like I was mentioning earlier, graduated college. A big thought that I was thinking is, growing up, I've been super lucky. A lot of support from my parents, friends, teachers, always encouraging me like, hey, Jack, you're going to do great things one day. You're going to, be great. I'm excited to see where you go and stuff. And that's kind of comforting in a way, because it almost is like, oh, yeah, I'll be great like later. I got time to figure things out. And, I still have time now as I'm still in my early 20s, but graduating college and becoming an adult, it's like there's no more, how I say, like potential time. There's no more time to live up to your potential. It's like the time is now. Now's when you got to do stuff. And that's liberating, but also pretty frightening at the same time. Because you're like, oh, all right, I mean, it's been all talk for 20 years. And now this is it. Let's prove some people right. Or maybe prove some people wrong. Who cares, right? We're all monkeys on a space rock. But that's the thought I'll leave you today. It's great to be back in the States, back behind a mic. And I will see you guys next Friday. Thank you.